Hi everyone, welcome to week 1 of your Medical Language 1 course. My name is Sarah Davis and I am your instructor for the next 10 weeks. So I wanted to point out a few things in Canvas before we look at this week's material. I want you to make sure that each week you're checking the announcements as well as the syllabus and the individual modules for each week. I actually have my homepage set to the modules, so you'll notice as I scroll down, I can see what's coming up for the entire week. So here's the week 1 module, and you'll notice that you do have the textbook chapters ready and available to you. So even if you don't have access to the book yet, those textbook chapters are there, so you can go ahead and get started right away. There's always going to be information here under week 1 from the instructor, and this is where you're going to find a couple different things. You're going to find the PowerPoint that goes along with this week's material, and then this particular video will also be housed there every week. So you'll have a video there from the instructor section. And then you can see all of the things that you have due and what those due dates are, and you can click on those to get started. So your week 1 discussion, just like every week, you'll have an initial discussion post that's due on Wednesday of that week, and then you need to also post 2 replies by Sunday. Now that initial discussion post should be at least 200 words. Those replies need to be 50 words each. So you'll have a total of 3 posts all week. And then you'll have your week 1 assignment, and that'll vary from week to week. You'll just need to click and see exactly what it is that's being required for you to turn in. So if you click right here, you can see what this particular week is requiring. And since it's still locked, it's not going to show. Sorry about that. But it will normally tell you there exactly what is expected of you. And you can also go to the syllabus to see that. And then in addition to the regular assignment and a weekly quiz, you also have a drug information test every week. And so that's probably something a little bit different for you. That drug information test is going to basically be a chart that you're going to fill in. There'll be 10 different drugs. You will need to list things about those drugs, and then you're going to turn that particular chart in. Hang on to that chart. Those are going to be a great study tool for you as you prepare for your PTCB exam. Over the next 10 weeks, you'll have 100 drugs. So those are basically your top 100 drugs that you're going to be looking at. Those same 10 drugs that you're going to be writing about in this course, you'll be pronouncing in your other course. So in your Medical Language 2 course, those are going to be the drugs that you're going to create a voice file for and turn those in each week. So hang on to those for that week as well. So you're going to use the same ones in both weeks of the course. So let's go ahead and take a quick peek at this week's PowerPoint. So this week, this PowerPoint is on Chapter 1. This is all about the structure of medical language. And so there's a lot of different objectives and outcomes for this particular chapter, quite a few slides here. But I think one of the most important slides is this visual right here. If you look at this, this is a piece of a puzzle, obviously. And what they're trying to get you to understand this week is that when we start looking at medical language, what we really are trying to do is identify all the different pieces of the puzzle that we put together to make a particular word. So we're going to be looking at things like prefixes and suffixes and root words and things like that. So that's what this particular graphic is representing, all those pieces of the puzzle that we're going to put together to try to start understanding how we speak in medical language. So, of course, there's 5 different skills when we think about a language, whether it's medical language or learning a foreign language, Spanish or French or something like that. There's going to be reading, there's going to be listening, there's going to be thinking, writing, and speaking. So all of those things are going to come together when we talk about medical language, just as if we were talking about, learning any other type of foreign language. So this particular chapter is going to kind of give you some history behind medical language, where it originated, where it came from, where some of those, words started it a long time ago. And then you're going to start looking at things like, how do I pluralize a word, and things like that. And then you're going to get into those different word parts. So things like learning that when you put, for example, cardio in front of something, what does that really mean, and what are all these different pieces, and why do I put an O in here, that it's a combining vowel, and what does it do for me, and things like that. So that's what you're going to be looking at in this particular chapter. As you go through this week and you are digging into this first week's of work, if you have any problems or questions, please make sure that you reach out to me, and have a great week.